Hey guys, what's going on? It is me Sam and welcome to episode number 7 of Adventure to Ascension. So to start things off, I decided to head over to Automatons as the ones I was killing were the tracers, and they are known to drop the pneumatic gloves, which are very nice in terms of its price. They are worth at the moment about 20 mil, so if I could get them that would be a really big boost for getting enough money to buy the Quintus keys, because if you haven't actually watched the previous episodes before, my goal right now in terms of the series is to get enough money to buy 50 Quintus keys, and seeing as Quintus keys are very expensive, close to 1 mil, I did need to make about 50 mil in total to be able to buy them all. And I thought Automatons, seeing as the gloves are 20 mil, it would be a big boost in terms of the series. So I was here for I'd say a short while actually. The first drop I got was an ancient effigy, which I actually honestly did think it was gloves the first time I saw it, but I was quickly proven wrong. And then the second drop I got from these guys was another ancient effigy, so I got 2 of these in probably about 3 hours, which is actually pretty good in terms of an effigy drop rate. But after about 4 hours and 30 minutes, I did of course get the pneumatic gloves, which is awesome. I really didn't want to get unlucky here because that would just really suck. I wanted to make sure I was here, get them swiftly and move on, and that's pretty much what happened. I got them after 4 hours and 30 minutes, which I say isn't too bad, seeing as they are worth about 20 mil, so that averages out to about 5 mil, which is pretty reasonable in my book. So there we go for the pneumatic gloves. They look awesome, and of course I made a nice bit of money from the side drops as well, so things just like rune bars, magic logs, things that just add up, which exclude the gloves, add up to a couple of mil, which is always nice. Okay, so I did decide to actually show you all of the loot I did manage to get from Automatons in about 4.5 hours, just in case you were a bit confused on what I actually got from them. So everything in the invent is pretty much from them. There might be a couple of things which I've missed out, but it does add up to just under 23 mil. So Automatons are actually pretty good money. They are definitely underrated. Not many people go to them, but I do recommend, if you can kill them, to go ahead and see if you can get the gloves, because you never know, you get lucky here and make some serious bank. I do always say that these are like the updated version of Glaciers, just because the Glacier boots used to be the same price as these, around 20 mil. But if you do want to do something different, test your luck, then definitely go to Automatons. Okay, so I'm going to do another project now, but this time it's going to include all of the main items in the drop tab. So it does add up to a total of 33.5 mil, which is very nice. That is actually relatively close to my goal of 50 mil for the 50 Quintus keys. So I only need to do a little bit more bossing until I have enough for the keys. So what I have decided to do is head over to Glaciers, because I haven't been over to them in ages, and I just want to see if I can get lucky with the boots, and maybe also make 100 shards to get the Armadillo battle staff as well. Okay, so as you can see, I am here at Glaciers, and what I have actually decided to do is, or what I'm going to do is go for 100 shards here. That's always what I tend to do anyway, because if you make the shards into runes, it doesn't really give you much money. So I thought all the shards I do get, I might as well try and aim for 100 and actually make a nice bit of bank from it. So to get 100 shards, I believe the drop rate is 1 in 10. So it still could take quite a while for this, which is, I suppose, could be a good thing, as it increases the chances of me actually getting a boots drop of some sort. So that's really all I'm going to do, is I'm just going to stay here till I hit 100 shards, and whatever I have at the end of it, that'll be that. And I'll still be able to make a nice bit of money from this. I believe at the moment the staff is about 12 mil, so even if I don't get any boots, I should still be able to make some generous money from these guys, and of course from all the other little drops they drop as well. So what I'm going to do is continue killing these, and of course any drops I do seem to get, then I'll make sure to record them. Alright then guys, so I just managed to get my first drop here, and it took a long time. As you can see in my invent, I'm actually on 64 shards now, and the first drop I did get was an elite clue scroll, which is something cool actually. I haven't had an elite clue scroll in so long, so it's nice to see one of those again, and I'll probably be doing it after this trip. But I don't know, it's not being the best start as opposed to a Glaciers task to 100 shards, but it will do. There's still a lot of time, and hopefully I will pick up some boots. Wow, so talking about boots, there we go. On the same amount of shards, I managed to pick up the Ragefire boots, which is awesome. I know they're not exactly the most anymore, and I definitely know they're not the most expensive out of the 3, but I'm still happy to get them. I was getting a little bit worried, whether or not I'd actually get a boots drop out of the 100 shards I'm aiming for. So any boots at all would be very nice. And adding it to the price checker, it's 6.8 mil, so definitely not the most, or definitely not as much as what they used to be, but I'm still very happy to pick them up. And as always, they look awesome on the floor. It's one of my favorite items to actually see on the floor as a drop, so that is pretty cool. Okay then, so like I said, I was going to finish off this elite clue scroll, so here we go, and boom, wow, what a disappointment. No surprise there. This elite clue scroll was really bad. Nothing really too extraordinary from this. So if I add it to the price checker, what's it going to add up to? Probably not very much, but it adds up to a total of 228k. Damn it. I saw some pictures on Reddit of people getting third age, and I was hoping that, you know, that'll be me someday, but it just never seems to happen. Yeah, that sucks. Anyways, I'm going to head back to Glaciers now and finish off them 100 shards and make the Armadillo Battle Staff. Okay guys, so back at Glaciers, on the floor is the 100th shard that I need to make the Armadillo Battle Staff. So that's really cool. I'm glad I managed to hit 100, like I didn't give up or anything. Because like I said before, making these isn't as much money as making the staff. So there we go for the 100 shards, and I got a nice amount of loot in my invent too. Taking away the cakes, they were just given to me for my collection, but I probably did make like a couple of mil, maybe even 5 mil extra from all the little drops from the Glaciers. But let's now go and make that Armadillo Battle Staff, and let's actually see how much it's worth. Like I said, I believe it's in the region of maybe 12-13 mil. I haven't actually checked in a while, but there we go, just made it. Looks pretty cool, the animation too. And there we go for the Armadillo Battle Staff. Looks really nice as well. I do like it. Never really used it before, but it does definitely look pretty cool. So let's now add it to the price checker and see how much I made. So it does add up to 11.8 mil, which is actually really good. That's like another bootstrap, I suppose. I think the steads are the most expensive, around 15 mil. So I could still say that's a nice thing to manage to make. A nice bit of extra money to go into the drop tab. So there we go. Okay, so all in my invent now is all of the good drops from the tab, because I do believe now I should have enough for the 50 Quintus keys. And look at that, adds up to more than what I needed for the Quintus keys. 63.2 mil. That is pretty epic. The main drops, of course, the pneumatic gloves, the Armadillo Battle Staff. Got a nice amount of cash there. Rage fires, and all just the little drops from Glaciers, Automatons next, and just adds up nicely to 63 mil. So that is awesome. I can now go back to the Ascension dungeon, which I really do find quite enjoyable, and I do pray to God that this time, especially for Quintus, I get the signet early. Alright then guys, so I'm now at the Grand Exchange. I've just actually finished selling all of the loot from the drop tab, and looking at the cash pile, if I just add in the final bit, it adds up to a nice 64 mil, which is pretty damn epic. That is a lot of money, and I'm happy to finally get back to the Ascension dungeon. So I'm going to go ahead now and buy the 50 Quintus keys, and like I said before, these are the most expensive out of all of them. They're in the region of between 900 to 1 mil, so I really do hope that I can get the signet early here, so it doesn't waste my money and make the whole process like a lot longer. Because, you know, to make another, if I don't get this signet in like these 50 keystones, I'm gonna have to make another 50 mil, which I really don't want to. I just want to get it as soon as I can. But there is definitely a big chance that I might not get it from this, just because the drop rate is 1 in 64. But I really do hope that I can get it early on, because seeing as the prices of the keystones are so much, if I don't, then I'm gonna have to make another 50 mil back, which I really don't want to, just to get the signet. So I'm now gonna head over to the dungeon, and well, best of luck to me and getting a signet, I suppose. Okay, so before I go into the drops, let's talk about the boss I'm killing, which is Legio Quintus, and its special attack is to spawn lasers in the room, which will damage you if you step over them. Now there is a way to dodge this, in a sense of what you have to do is run up to the laser, and then just like, you have to run up to it within like a 1 square radius, and then just click over it and you don't take damage. It's quite simple. After a while you do get the hang of it, but at the very start I was a bit confused on you know, the method to use, but after a while it was I don't know, doable, to say the least. But it definitely is one of the hardest bosses out there, just because if you don't know what you're doing, you do take like a hell of a lot of damage, because as well as the lasers, it's still, you know, throwing around them bombs around in the room, which of course hit you for quite a lot anyway. So you have to be careful where you run, and you know, after a while I did get the hang of things in terms of, you know, how to dodge the lasers and, you know, walk over them, I suppose, and everything like that. So the boss itself was I don't know, it wasn't too bad, and I did enjoy it. It was like, in terms of its enjoyment level, it was something different, so I did like that aspect of it. It just did kind of hurt when I did it, because I was getting so much damage, and I was like, at the same time of like kind of enjoying it, I was getting a little bit frustrated, because I really didn't want to die for this one, seeing as the keys were 1 mil each, and every kill I was just hoping that I'd get the signet, because as much as I kind of enjoyed this boss, it was relatively difficult, and I just wanted to get out of here as soon as I could. Okay, so for the drops, I did actually manage to get quite lucky. Early on, I managed to pick up a keystone for Quartus, which is always nice to get as it can pay towards the actual price of the Quintus keystone to actually kill the boss. It's better than the normal loot, so it's always nice to get something like that. And then shortly afterwards, I did actually manage to pick up another drop, this being a ceramic scale. Very, very similar price to the keystone Quartus at about 300 to 400k. So again, it's always nice to get one of them. And then the next drop was a big troll. I managed to pick up an ancient effigy from Quintus, which I did for a second or two think it was the actual signet because of the massive beam of light, but I just got trolled. But luckily, actually, after this ancient effigy, I did actually manage to pick up the signet, which was amazing. I was so happy to get it, and I got it so early on as well. It only took me 12 keystones to get the most expensive, in a sense, signet, which was amazing. It was so awesome to see it so early on, because I knew if it was going to take me a while for this one, that the series would drag on for quite a long time. So I was so happy to actually pick up the signet. And if I now add it to the bank, we can see nearly all of the signets together. I just need to get one more, which is Sextus, and that is pretty much it for the crossbow. However, I still do need to get the dragon limbs to actually finish it off, so I need to go to tormented demons at some point, but I don't need to rush for them because I still need to get enough signets for the offhand as well, so that could be towards the end. I don't really know. It could be any time when I feel like it, pretty much. But really cool now in the drop tab. It just gets better and better and better. The signets are so nice, and I'm really happy to have gotten the signet for Quintus so fast. Alright then guys, this will be it for episode number 7 of Adventure to Ascensions. I really do hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please throw the video a thumbs up. It does take me quite a while to get all of these clips, and showing your support always motivates me to try and put out these videos faster than usual. But thank you very much for watching guys, and I will see you in episode number 8.